Okay, let's see here. Some of these English versions. This is going to be interesting, man. Okay, because these are two of my favorites, right? Alcohol free and Cry for Me. Excuse me. But this will be interesting to hear. I'm assuming that for the most part the mix is going to be the same, and we're just going to get a variation as far as the language here. So let's see.
Every time I get a taste, there's a magical reaction. A little smile on my face. I don't understand what's happening. Did you put a spell on me? Just a look to make me yours. All my problems float away. I ride the wave of letting go. I don't even need no sleep. When every minute I fall deeper in this love. What are you doing to me? Oh, you got me drunk on a feeling, but I ain't drinking nothing. Point zero zero proof got me tripping. Running alcohol free, but I'm buzzing. I ain't never known the shop, no champagne, no wine, no tequila, margarita, mojito with lime, no mimosa, pina colada. I'm drunk on you. I'm drunk on you. When the stars come out at day, I know something's in the water. Yeah, you're going straight to my head. Got my problems feeling smaller. Did you put a spell on me? Just a look to make me yours. All my problems fall away. I ride the wave of letting go. I don't even need no sleep. When every minute I fall deeper in your love. What are you doing to me? Oh, you got me drunk on the feeling, but I ain't drinking nothing. Point zero zero proof got me tripping. Rolling like a whole free, but I'm buzzing. Yo, I could swear I'm drinking 0.0, but now we're partying like Rio de Janeiro. I probably go to bed and sip it up, but I can't seem to ever get enough. D to the R to NK, offer ya a kiss like rum, babe. Come on, get a bit closer to me, honey. Like my whole world bright and sunny. Boy, you got me drunk on a feeling, but I ain't drinking nothing. Point zero zero proof got me tripping. Rolling alcohol free, but I'm buzzing. I ain't even know the shop, no champagne, no wine, no tequila, margarita, mojito with lime, no mimosa, pina colada. I'm drunk on you. I'm drunk on you.
So they rewrote some of the lyrics in this. I mean, from what I remember of this, the translation on the lyrics, right? Some of, and because when you see the translated lyrics, and I have like, tried to, follow along the melody lines and everything, but hear it like in my head in the English language. And some of these lines are different. They're rewritten. The the dub chang part, that's rewritten. That's like a completely different take on it. And then in the original, it's, that's what you do to me, and this one is like, what are you doing to me? There are little changes to what the actual lyrics are. but it sounds really incredible. A lot of these backing vocal harmonies are like, oh, they're so nice, man. They're nice in the original, but everything in this version seems to pop a little bit more. The percussion is like way punchier. I mean, there's like some crazy reverb, like slapback coming off of the kick. Um, and the bass too, right? Like there's the 808 bass sound to me. It's like way stronger in this. Maybe I'll listen to the original cut and then but to me, so many things in this mix actually have gotten like a little bit of it. It's not that they completely changed it, but they tweaked a lot of the aspects of it, right? Reverb, the dynamics, like all these fills that are in there. Are some fills like instrumental fills and things that are often panned like maybe over to the left or to the right, but they're so much more present. Like everything in the mix has this production treatment that just makes everything pop like way stronger than I remember anyways, right? But it's a fantastic version. It's really nice. This what I always think of now is that when I was at the concert, right? You know how like you have the intro of the song, right? You have the guitar going and then the strings and then like it's setting the progression and the melodies for you, and then you get to the JYP part, right? And it was hilarious, but really cool at the concert, right? It's starting, and then like everybody in the crowd goes JYP, like everybody just did it right on time. And so whenever I hear this now, I always remember that, you know what I mean? And it's cool. Even the JYP, like it pops a little bit more in this version here. Really, really well done, man. Really well done. This one, Alcohol Free, is one of my all-time favorite Twice songs. It's an amazing song, and I really appreciate the lyrical treatment here. Like, they have made changes to some of the lines, but it has a point. Like, it serves a purpose. It helps the melody lines flow, but just the delivery on it as well. Like there's, man, it's incredible because it's so perfect. It's it's done with the competent musicianship, right? Like the vocalist skill, right? That like it matches the original quite perfectly, and keeps the expression. Like it totally has the same feel to it, but they've changed it up in a way, and to lyrically get the idea across, right? But the expression is there, and it's really quite fun. It's a really great version, man. It's really good. This is this was really cool, man. And I don't know, I guess this is, if they're just English versions, then I'm guessing that those come out of the same JYPE Studios production, you know what I mean? So they've gone through, what's cool about that is that like they obviously care about it a lot, because it's originally their work and everything. So when it's when they do a take like this on it, that's why everything gets this great, wonderful treatment on it, to sort of breathe a little bit of life into things, like a new life, right? Like a new, refreshed sort of energy to it. It's the same, right? Like the mix is there, the progression, the melodies, the fills, the instrumental runs and everything, like they're all there, but everything just pops with this incredibly bright and strong energy. Like it's really fun. Okay. that that was like somehow way better. You know what I mean? Like because the original's already good. You're like, it's already great, and you say, okay, well they're gonna change the language in this version. So, okay, but it's so much more than that, right? And it's a lot of just detail. It's a great attention to detail on the production treatment for the overall mix. Oh man, okay, so Cry for Me English version. Man, all right, let's see.
I know I love it, anything to fight for, but I'll never break out of the cycle. I don't really wanna let you go. Never let go. You don't know me. I love it, your hatred. Hit you with a smile, a goodbye. All the while I'll be sure to leave you wondering. Oh, on the outside I'll be your calm. Baby, no more real love. I'ma pretend you're going strong. Then at the end break your heart. Bad boy, yeah, you really make me a mad girl, whoa. I want you to cry, cry for me. The way I cry for you, baby, cry for me. Make you wait for, cry for me. But again, somehow you keep me going round and round. All the walls of it around me come crashing down. Making excuses gonna drown them out. I want you to cry for me. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just into deep and I'm confused. All my friends hate your guts, but I'm still defending you. I can seem to cut you loose. Yeah. Ooh, don't know how you keep on laughing every day. Just a single tear from you, I'll be okay. Cry for me, let me please forgive you. Yeah. On the outside, I'll be your calm. Baby, just like real love. Telling myself we're going strong. If the end break your heart. Bad boy, yeah, you really make me a sad girl. Whoa. I want you to cry, cry for me. The way I cry for you, baby, cry for me. Make you wait for, cry for me. But again, somehow you keep me going round and round. All the walls I like around me come crashing down. Making excuses gonna drown them out. I want you to cry for me. If love is a game, don't want to play. You're poison my face, don't take it all away. I'm chasing that taste, I want your kiss, yeah. I want you to cry for me. Can you at least pretend, baby, cry for me. Make it right for falling for now, yeah. I want you to cry for me. The way I cry for you, baby, cry for me. Make you wait for, cry for me. But again, somehow you keep me going round and round. All the walls I built around me come crashing down. Making excuses and I drown them out. I want you to die for me.
Man, like the production is so tweaked on it, man. Like it's the same, right, as Alcohol Free. Everything in the mix just pops incredible. Even the vocals are like super clean, right? Like the actual the EQing around it and everything, the reverb, all these different things, like it's super clean. I mean, there's nothing like nothing but the right frequencies in pretty much everything. It's an insanely immaculate mix, because that helps like all the different sounds actually pop. But again, the bass in this one, well, like it has so much more presence, a lot of different things in the mix. There are these around the second verse is when I noticed it, but there are these guitar chords that are just being chunked with a delay effect on there that's set to like the 8th note interval, and I've never heard it before really stand out that way. I try to remember, right? I'll have to do a comparison with the original tracks, but these guitar chords and the rhythm had like so much splash on it, Like it's never popped out to me like that before. Um, oh man, and again the vocals really fantastic, man. The delivery, the expression, right? Everything is there. Like they're just like in the original, but they have done an alternate language on it, but it's so good, man. Again, this is the skill, the vocalist musicianship, right? Like being able to keep those melodies so precisely the same and capture the right expression too, but changing, it is literally changing the words. I mean, the syllables, right, from what's required for one language to what comprises another language. And so it's quite impressive. But the production treatment on it, man, it's wildly good. Like it's so good, man. Just everything that's present in the mix is absolutely just huge, and it sounds so great, man. Like so much more of this just really pops. It just, man, it and there's no buzz, there's no overlap, there's no like clashing of anything anywhere, right? It's just like the power level of everything is like raised up a little bit, or actually quite a bit, but it never causes any sort of like issues with no vocal resonance is ever lost, no sustain on anything is lost at all, nothing overpowers anything else, with everything being so much stronger. But it's so clean and so balanced, but absolutely just explodes with this new refreshed type of energy to it. It's really, really fun, man. Like it's really, I mean, for especially for once, for like the fans, we know this so well, right? Like we've heard like the original songs so well, the original cuts, right? And I can't be the only one hearing this, you know what I mean? Like I can't be. Like you hear this, right? Like you hear this booming bass that's like so much stronger, right? Like doesn't everything just pop out more? I can't be the only one hearing this. Like I know I'm not. The production treatment on this is like another level. They just have taken these tracks and really treated them so well. It's really incredible stuff, man. Wow, those are powerful for just changing the language on it, but the absolute care behind the work is like these are very, very powerful versions of these songs, man. That's incredible. I it's one thing when it's a remix, right? Because you expect it to hit different. You're like, okay, this is gonna change up the vibe a little bit for me, okay. But when it's a remade version, a language version of the original track, you don't expect much more beyond the difference in the language to be impactful. But what I'm hearing is like everything in this mix from the bottom all the way up to the top has a very, very thoughtfully done production, reinvigorating process done to it. And man, it's really incredible, man. It's really incredible. I'm gonna, because I can't not do it. I'm gonna have to like do a comparison, I mean, like later on I'm gonna have to listen to the original album version, and then I'm gonna have to listen to the remix, because I gotta justify this, you know what I mean? Like it's wildly more powerful, and I just need to know, right? I know I'm not the only one hearing this. This is incredible stuff, though. Okay. The I Can't Stop Me, featuring Boys Like Girls. Again, I know this is a band, Boys Like Girls. I've never heard them before, so I don't know how much of the original song was going to be, the basis for this, or Let's just see what they've done. So far, this is a really really awesome remix album. Like it's it's really really well done. I can tell that everybody who worked on this is a big fan of the group and of their music, and and just there's a lot of care put into this work, which is I appreciate it. It's very very cool. Okay, I Can't Stop Me featuring Boys Like Girls.
I'm hearing all the alarms ringing. They go off every time that we're face to face. Why is it so hard to resist? Temptation sweet as honey. I know it's too late. I feel it deep inside. I'm gonna lose the fight. Eventually I know that I'll be crossing the line. I try warning myself, cause I'm in need of help. Count on me back already, standing right at the edge, out of control. Oh, I've been caught under the spotlight. I wanna cave into the dark side, calling to me. The ending's obvious, I know it's not right. I can't stop me, can't stop me. You pull me over to the red light. I can't escape it, you're my weakness and you're my vice. In the shadows, you're the only highlight. I can't stop me, can't stop me. I can't stop me, can't stop me.
Look in my eyes, you see the monster stuck inside yourself. I'm touching you, you're touching me, no nothing matters for now. There's no control in my heart tonight. Can't get a hold of it, see it in your face. The lions off the cage, it's everything tonight, oh baby, nothing at all. Tell me what to do, cause all I want is you. So hold on for your life, we're better off if we fall out of control.
I've been caught under the spotlight. I wanna cave into the dark side, calling to me. The ending's obvious, I know it's not right. Can't stop me, can't stop me. You pull me over to the red light. I can't escape it, you're my weakness and you're my vice. In the shadows, you're the only highlight. I can't stop me, can't stop me. Risky, why you test me? This is an emergency. Help me, somebody stop me, cause I know I can't stop me. Getting closer and closer, when I know I'm in danger. Need to get away from you, you're like the devil on my shoulder.
Look in my eyes, you see the monster stuck inside yourself. I'm touching you, you're touching me, no nothing matters for now. There's no control in my heart
I can't stop me,
tonight.
can't stop me, can't stop me.
Can't stop me.
Oh, I've been caught under the spotlight. I wanna cave into the dark side, calling to me. The ending's obvious, I know it's not right. I can't stop me, can't stop me. You pull me over to the red light. I can't escape it, you're my weakness and you're my vice. In the shadows, you're the only highlight. I can't stop me, can't stop me. I can't stop me, can't stop me.
Oh, okay. So again, it, it doesn't say that it's an English version, but it is. Production treatment, of course, is there, right? Like in the others. Again, really great delivery by the group, by the girls, right? The melodies, changing up the language, keeping the expression, absolutely perfect, like the same. And I'm actually really I enjoyed the band parts as well. The vocal lines there, the verse that was done by the Boys Like Girls side, like it wasn't bad at all, man. A pretty interesting voice for the track. It works. It's like, because I Can't Stop Me is a very 80s inspired type of like synth wave, sound, like that sort of synth pop sound. But his vocal is very contemporary, right? Like it's very of definitely the 2000s. I mean, it has like a much more recent type of vocal quality to it. But it's not bad, man. It's not bad. I really think that the lines where there's harmonization between the Twice voice and the band voice, that's an interesting, combination as well. They don't clash, but they fit together in a very, I guess, specific way, right? Like it and it's not that it's bad. Like, it's not bad at all, but it's unexpected and really, of course, it's going to naturally be a strong contrast to the original track, but not bad at all. I especially like a lot of the the sort of ad libs, the vocal licks that are going on in like in the background, kind of, as you have a lot of the main melodies progressing up in front. But it's pretty good, man. Like, it's the weirdest one, because it's like both different and the same. Like the original is there, the original energy is there, the sound, that angsty 80s energy is in it, right? That expression is there, and that hits like it does. And then the band sound, right, when their part comes in, it's very different, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't clash. It doesn't, but it's different. Like, it's something familiar and then something new at the same time, and they just work in a really specific, peculiar type of way. It's an interesting sound, but I can appreciate it. I as the others, English versions, I appreciate the production treatment that was given to the mix, for sure, because there's a lot of increased presence in the sounds for this track as well. But I can appreciate what the band members have done too. I don't know if it's just it seemed to me like it's mainly just the vocalist, because a lot of the mix is the original sounds from the song, the original cut. So it seems like it's mainly the vocal work that's been done here, but it's done quite well. Again, you can tell when somebody's like a fan, and they really like the group and their music, and they're, so when you approach it, you care, like you take it very seriously, and understand that you have to match this in terms of your own musicianship, in terms of your own artistry. Like, this is a bar that you have to come up to meet. It doesn't adjust itself to your standard. You have to do something that is worthy of the original, and it's like it's really good. I can't find any sort of fault with it at all. It's really nice, man. It's really cool. And I can appreciate it. I can appreciate the work on behalf of of both the group of the girls to redo this version, right, or the song, and then also the band to step in and provide this contrasting sound vocally to the track. I really can respect it. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. These are so much, so much more than what you could anticipate, right? I mean, like if you think, okay, it's gonna be a remix version, or but it's so much, like it just goes so far beyond, right? Like, and starts to create these new sort of experiences while also preserving like the original sort of impact of the songs. It's some really incredible stuff. I'm very impressed with this work so far. It's quite good, man. It's quite good because the work was put in. I mean, undeniably so. Okay, so more and more Hae Sol sped up remix. This is gonna be interesting because I was trying not to hear anything before this, but there were a couple of the little like challenge videos that got posted, and I didn't even hear the whole, like, short version or whatever, for the shorts, right, for like YouTube shorts and stuff. I didn't even hear the whole thing, but I heard enough to kind of get the idea, or you know what I mean, like, okay, sped up, okay, I get it. But it'll be interesting to actually hear the whole track. So let's see. Oh man, wild stuff. So in the original track, how it's like more, like if you speed it up, it raises the pitch, right? Because the frequency is literally going faster, and that's the difference between like pitch value. So in this one, it sounds like more like a regular voice, right? Like what it would sound like if it wasn't dropped. Um, but really fun. Again, they have given the lyric this treatment of a rewrite, and I kind of enjoyed this, right? Because it was like, okay, two of them are English version. Okay, cool. But they don't. It doesn't say on the description that these are going to be have like English version lyrics to them, and so it's like, oh, like they just did it, kept going. Right? I was like, oh my goodness, because it was a surprise, right? They bamboozled me, but it's okay. It's okay. Um, it's really fun. One of the things about More and More, the original track, is that it's so colorful. Like that, the way the song is made, like there's a ton of color to it, right? With a lot of those synth sounds that they use, the vocals and everything. Like there's so much color. And I guess like if you were to tell me like, okay, we're gonna do like a sped up version of this, my concern would be for losing some of that color, because everything's going to shift up, and the balance is going to be different that way, because everything is going to lean towards the brighter type of tone quality, right? But a lot of the bass and percussion work in this is really done in a way that keeps the balance, right? So it didn't really have any sort of issues with that. I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to hear their voices like normally, you know what I mean? Like especially on like an English version. I mean, that was so cool about the other ones, right? It's like, oh, because it's their voices, which is like what I want to hear. And when you speed it up and the pitch shifts, right, because the frequency is faster, it still sounds good. Like it still actually is very impressive in how much like body is there to the actual vocal sounds. But I wonder if I do like a playback and I lower the speed, you know what I mean? I wonder, I think I'm gonna experiment with that. But I would like to hear, their voices. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been like really so good just to like, that would have been so satisfying here. But it's still fun. It's still a fun, take, a fun idea. And I can appreciate the work in the mix to create a consistency and a balance and maintain that throughout the song, because there's an understanding that if we increase the tempo on this dramatically, it's going to occur with that shift in pitch, right? And we're going to get like a different sound. And so, but it is interesting. It is interesting and quite, like I said, the like bass and the percussion and some of the synth elements that are used here, it's done really well in a way that helps to provide a lot of that low end that would otherwise be sort of, altered in a way that, it would lose a lot of its presence. So when you do this type of remix, you gotta have that. You gotta have some way of like putting the low end, giving some weight to the low end again, so that it doesn't lose its punchiness and its drive, but it's actually a really, really, really well done approach to doing that kind of mix on it. And very interesting, man. Like really, it really gets me thinking a lot in terms of like the production side of things. Overall, this is a incredible remix album. Those first three tracks, like I'm saying, those have some pre-existing remix versions that were done by several different, remix artists and stuff. So they've gone through multiple iterations and treatments and things like this. But these have a bit of a consistency across them, the massive bass sounds, the changes in some of the progressions, right? The sort of the decisions for what chords are used. They created this very big and rather dark type of sound, right? And it works in a very interesting way, recreating this into to even help you imagine like a completely different setting and environment and stuff, especially for the first two. Set Me Free, that Carnival remix, was uh, really fun, man. Like that went super hard, and it was really well done, man. Like it's a fantastic mix on that one. Um, Alcohol Free, Cry for Me, these English versions, man. It like the vocals, you know, absolutely wonderful stuff, just like the originals. Capture a lot of the wonderful expression, right? Delivering the melody like perfectly, but switching up the language and not losing a bit of the expression, the expressive quality, right? The emotional element of the song, and the treatment that the mix gets, right? The production treatment is insane. It like I can't believe how much life and energy just sort of pops in those versions. I Can't Stop Me, right? This with the Boys Like Girls cut in there, super interesting, really really awesome. Like I naturally I'm a little bit, I don't know what you say, because of the bias, because Twice is like that group for me. You tell me like somebody wants to do it, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Are you up to the task? Or because I don't want just anybody. I don't want just anybody approaching this, man. I don't want just anybody putting their hands on this. But no, they actually did a really really good job. Those vocal parts in this, creating a very very original contrast, right? And this really interesting harmonization quality between the two voices, right? It's actually like way better, like I said, than anything I could have anticipated. And this more and more sped up remix is fun. It's a good idea, but I appreciate the approach to the mix, like I said, and the finer points to help keep the balance of the track and make sure that that all of the pitch values were, because they get shifted with an increase in the tempo, but the work was done on the production and the bass on the low end, the mids, to because there were other little elements that were added in there, some vocal samples, loops and samples and stuff that were in there, and as well as some synth parts that are added in there, and it helps to restore the weights to the mids and to the low ends, and overall makes it a very consistent and balanced type of mix, which is and and it does make me curious about someone to see if there's a way that I can like play it back at a 0.75 speed or 0.5 speed or something like that, and see if I can like get near the unsped vocal versions, right? Like see if I can find that somehow. I'm sure somebody's done that by now, but it's just like it's very intuitive. It's like it's an obvious thing to try out. But this was very cool. This has some really interesting stuff on it and some really awesome stuff on it, that any Twice fan is going to really enjoy this, because so much dedication was put into this, like so much consideration to these remix versions, to the English versions, and all these different contributions to these cuts. It's like you can tell that the people working on this are also fans and have this high degree of appreciation for the group and wanted to make something meaningful when they sat down to work on these remix versions. So hats off to them. I have to give them credit, you know what I mean, for the work that was done here, because it, as a Twice fan myself, like I said, I'm at first you tell me you want to remix it and I'm like, does it need it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we sure we want to do this? But my concerns were assuaged by the actual quality of this work, you know what I mean? So I can definitely express some appreciation for that. Very good work, man. Great job on all of these cuts here. It's really really good stuff, and I thank you for caring enough about it to make something good, you know. It's because it's really enjoyable. It's really very enjoyable stuff. It's very cool. Twice, the remixes. These are fun. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't that I was expecting to be disappointed or whatever, because like I said, I've listened to the other sort of remix versions of some of those other songs, right? The Moonlight Sunrise, The Fields, Set Me Free. Those have those pre-existing remix albums that are that were released, and they're enjoyable as well. So I wasn't like, you know, thinking that this wasn't going to be good, but it, you know, it has exceeded any sort of expectations that I could have had, and it's way more impactful. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot going on here, and it's very cool. It's a blast.